The last thing to get into, because it was the 01 tour that you talked about. Uh, was this your first international booking of any kind? Did you do any Canada or Mexico beforehand, or was this your first trip out?
I'd done Mexico, but just border town Mexico.
Okay.
Border town. I don't know if we did Montemores.
Was it with
And
Sean?
yeah, for uh, with
Rudy.
Sean's guys, this would have
Okay.
been Rudy Boy would have taken us. So this
Okay.
would have been the only other like outside booking we would have done was it was like a AAA affiliate, although I don't know if we were just told it was a AAA
Gotcha.
affiliate. Uh, I remember though when they put together the ring and just looking at it, oh man, and
As in,
we
it
were
looked really rough, or
oh it was plastic, it was like plastic squares on top of boards. I'd never seen anything like it,
that's odd.
and and we wrestled like young men who were in the States trying to impress because we were ECW fans. So just like a power bomb, like, oh God, I can't move. We learned quickly why the luchadors do rolls and
Yeah.
not bump.
With
It,
the oh, sorry.
so no, please, please.
I was just gonna say though with the Japan tour, if
Mm.
because I'm
I-
sure that was such a vastly different world. Like that had to be
yeah,
such.
yes. I'm sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, the Japan tour, I loved it. That was when I found out at the airport, getting interviewed by a magazine reporter. They used to do that, and this is the dying days of that. And they were asking me all about Leonardo DiCaprio and Titanic and what my thoughts were, and I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Like I knew what they were talking about, but why are you asking me? And then the young boy who was there to collect us, as soon as the reporters left, he started laughing and says, "Yeah, Hashimoto thinks you look like Leonardo DiCaprio." And so, yeah, all us round eyes look alike. It was
So
funny.
that's amazing. Also, I think I see an adorable cat. Sorry, I'm like a dog with a squirrel. As soon as I see a pet, I'm like, ooh.
I feel you.
Was it a culture shock going to Japan? What was it? And how long were you there? Was it a week tour, 2 week tour, or
The first one might have been 2 weeks, I want to say, but it could have been longer, could have been shorter. A lot of them were, the about like 17 days would
all
probably
right?
be the average. No, it was great. They call matches in English, like it's all broken English, but clothesline, duck, um, it you hop on the bus at the time they ask you to hop on the bus. You work hard in the ring, work hard at being a pro wrestler. Other than that, just be on the bus on time. And then you'd have off days. And the sponsors would take you to go out drinking and do karaoke with them. And man, I loved it. And it's so safe and so clean. Um, but yeah, at a certain time, it's kind of hypnotic if you're out there long enough, and it's where am I? You can get by, but you can't really explain yourself. Uh, but the Japanese people, the Japanese mindset, the Japanese wrestlers, they've all been good to me.
Were you at this first tour, and you might not remember, were you the only American on the tour, or were there other people from that you knew?
No, I luckily I knew several people. This was Rick Bassman's connection, but also Steve Carino had a connection, and so boy, there was always at least five other gaijin on tour.
That had to help because I can imagine if you don't know the language, even if people are super friendly, it can still, 17 days is a long time to not really be able to communicate super well with other people.
Yeah, yeah, you become isolated, and you know the closest you have to home is a McDonald's.
Yeah.
It's those sort of things. But no, I got to travel with some really great guys. We had a lot of fun. I'd bring my GameCube on the road with me, and we'd play video games and get drunk on our off days. It was a hoot.